You're abusing me right now.
No, you're not.
Yes, you are. You're abusing me now, Sergeant. Get off my trousers. You're putting your hands down my trousers, man. You just put your hands down my trousers.
Welcome to Candid Cops UK. Real stories, real duty. Life behind the badge.
This episode is brought to you by Bear Britain Audit. Be sure to check the link below, subscribe to his channel, and give him the credit he deserves. In this episode, Auditor Bear is simply leaving a shopping center when he encounters a knife arch positioned directly across his route. He lawfully chooses to walk around it, and that's where events escalate. Officers immediately block his path, insisting he must walk through the arch. When Bear calmly stands his ground and asserts that he is not required to, they lose patience. They escalate straight to detention and search, not because of genuine suspicion, but because he refused to comply. It's a clear example of how refusal is treated as wrongdoing, and why Bear rightly hands this case straight to his solicitors.
You need to go through this.
Nah, I don't. I ain't going through it, and you're obstructing my way. Yes, you are. This is a public footpath.
Why don't you want to go?
Because I don't want to go through it. Because it's not. I don't have to. It's not a legal requirement to go through it, bro.
What's the problem?
I don't want to go through it. That's why.
Okay. Well, obviously, refusing to go through the arch builds our suspicion, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. Oi, listen. You think if I had something on me, yeah, I'm going to be stood here arguing with you? You're an idiot, mate.
No.
You're an idiot.
People do.
You're an absolute idiot.
Okay.
You're an idiot. I ain't going through it. Move out my way. You're in my way.
No.
You're in my way. I'll stand here all day then. I'll wait until you go.
Well, you can stand there all day.
Yeah. Does it make you feel big, does it? Powerful?
No, I'm just doing my job.
No, you're not doing your job, man. You're not doing your job.
Stuff like this is aimed to make the community safer. To prevent people from carrying knives and stuff like that. Alright?
Talk shit.
Okay.
You talk shit.
That's exactly what it's for.
You talk shit. Gonna move out my way, please, miss? No.
Like you said, it raises suspicions as to why you won't walk through it.
Because I don't get dictated to by you. That's why, yeah? No way, when I'm going about my day, am I being dictated to by you, or him, or him, or him, or her, or him. Not one of you's dictating to me to walk through that piece of shit.
A knife arch does not suddenly transform a public footpath into a checkpoint where submission is legally required. Bear's choice to walk around it is not evasive. It is him exercising freedom of movement on public land. The moment the officer says, "If you don't go through it, that raises our suspicion," he reveals the flaw. Suspicion cannot be manufactured by refusal. It must exist independently, based on behavior. Claiming it's for community safety is the oldest deflection in the book. Community safety does not mean blanket compliance or automatic submission. If it did, officers could demand anything and label refusal as suspicious by default.
You can go the long way around.
No, I can't. Oh, right, so if you really think there's suspicion, so if I turn and say I'm walking the other way now, you're not going to search me, no?
Don't be for a male officer.
You contradict yourselves, man. You contradict yourselves.
You're going to be the same for purpose of search under section 1 of PACE, alright?
You're searching me?
Yeah, I'm going to search you.
Wow, get your hands off
You've been
me.
aggressive and shouted at me, so I'm going to put you in cuffs for my safety for now.
Are you mad?
Safety, alright?
Are you mad?
Just give me your hand, please.
What the is wrong with you?
Careful your wrist, alright?
Oi, I'm recording you, you
fine.
silly.
Recording? Right. Obviously, you've avoided the knife arch, didn't you?
No need for
Right.
Well, there's no need to handcuff me like this. I've been stood here how long?
You've avoided the knife arch, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I just don't want to come through it. I just don't want to go through it.
That's perfectly fine. What I'm looking for is any privacy articles, may have any so-bladed articles, knives.
Do not touch my...
Less of that, alright, mate?
Don't touch my... man.
This is what the officer's telling you.
Listen, bro, it's not a legal requirement. You're going to be hearing from my
I'm
solicitor.
PC Edwards, 28212, the collar number.
You're going to be hearing from my solicitor.
The officer claims handcuffs were used because Bear was aggressive and shouting. Yet a raised voice is not a safety risk. Cuffs are not intended to calm frustration or punish tone. They are meant to prevent escape or harm. Bear was not attempting to flee, was not threatening anyone, and made no movements that justified restraint. The officer then shifts justification, claiming the search was because Bear avoided the knife arch. That is even weaker. Avoiding a voluntary arch does not indicate possession of a weapon. It indicates awareness of the right not to submit. Section 1 of PACE requires suspicion that a person is carrying something prohibited, not suspicion created simply because they declined an instruction.
What are you doing, man? Pulling my pants down. You're pulling my pants down, man.
Put your pants, stop shouting.
He just pulled my trousers down.
You're searching your pockets, your outer pockets, okay? Don't shout, you're in a public place. Stop being abusive towards the officer.
You're abusing me right now.
No, we're not.
Yes, you are. You're abusing me now, Sergeant.
No, he's not.
Yes, he
No,
is.
he's not.
You look, you ain't gonna find nothing, mate, because I'm not carrying anything. You're putting your hands down my trousers, man. You just put your hands down my trousers. Yes, he did. Just put his hands down my trousers. Yes, he did. Was that really worth it?
Told you what you've been saying.
Nah, you knew, man. If I had something on me, I'm not going to be stood here arguing with a copper, am I? So I don't have to walk through it now, do I?
No, you've been searched. Do you want a copy
Muppet.
of your search?
Nah, do I? Shit.
Don't want a copy of your search?
Huh? Actually, yeah, I do. Gonna need it for my solicitor, ain't I?
No problem.
You'll take your details and you're entitled to a copy of that.
Nah, you don't need my details for a search. That's untrue.
The constable's actions are poor, but the sergeant's are worse. A senior officer is supposed to act as the safeguard, the one who recognizes when grounds are weak and intervenes before powers are misused. Any sergeant with a basic grasp of stop and search standards knows you cannot convert voluntary compliance into compulsory suspicion. The search produces exactly what the law predicted. Nothing. No knife, no prohibited items, no retroactive justification. That outcome is not bad luck. It confirms the grounds never existed. When senior officers authorize searches built on refusal rather than evidence, they fail not just one person, they normalize unlawful stops.
Do not need my details for a search.
So
I like the way you try, though. I like the way you try. It's good, isn't it?
Listen to me. I'm white British. How would you identify yourself as? I'll put not stated down here, alright? It's optional. I know it's optional. Are you going to give your name and date of birth? No? Okay.
You know people don't have to go through here. And then to use Section 1 as pace as your reasonable suspicion is abuse of powers, man. It's abuse of Section 1 of pace, and you know it. You know it as a sergeant. I hope you do as a sergeant anyway. And then my solicitor's going to know this, and you're going to be hearing from them.
If you could just move out the way.
Don't tell me where to stand. It's a public. Is this now private space? I don't care. You're in everyone's way. You're in everyone's way.
Watch out for this man.
Have I got eyes in the back of my head? Would you usually be here telling me to watch everyone behind me? Don't tell me what to do. Do not tell me what to do. Do not tell me what to do, man. Read this.
Hello.
This is where you messed up today. In general, police cannot compel individuals to walk through a metal detector in a public place.
Okay.
The act of walking through a metal detector is considered a voluntary, and there is no legal basis.
Read the rest.
No legal
Read the rest,
basis for demanding it. However, if
Read
the
the
police
rest.
officer has reasonable suspicion or probable cause to believe a person is carrying a prohibited item, you didn't think I was.
So read the rest then. Carry on reading. I hope your glasses get this, because you're just proving my point right, okay?
How am I
So have a
proving
good
yours
day.
right?
Because exactly what I said
How
to you
am I
is exactly
proving
what
your... No, it doesn't.
Exactly
No,
what
it
I said
doesn't.
tried to say to you in there is exactly what you're reading.
Yes, police can act if they have reasonable suspicion someone is carrying a prohibited item. But that does not apply here, because the question is, where did the suspicion come from? The officer treated Bear's refusal to walk through the arch as the suspicion itself. Voluntary screening cannot be turned into a trap where refusal becomes the grounds for a search. Worse still, the clause he relies on does not grant police the power to compel someone through a metal detector. It only permits lawful search powers when genuine grounds already exist. In this encounter, there were no independent grounds, no intelligence, no description match, no bulge, no behavior suggesting concealment. Nothing. Just a man exercising a lawful choice.
I said I can't force you to go through, but if you don't go through,
not a legal right.
It raises my suspicion.
No, it doesn't
Believe
raise
you may
your
be carrying
suspicion.
something
So
shouldn't
you know where else you've messed up. You know your female colleague.
Yeah.
She told me if I didn't want to walk through it, to walk round. So if you really believed,
Okay, well, I can't comment
no.
on
But
my
you're all
colleague,
stood
can I?
there together in the same operation.
stood with my colleague.
Yes,
She
you
said
were.
that.
You were
When
all
she-
stood there. The video's going to show it,
when she
mate.
said that.
When I send
When
this
she
to the
said that.
solicitor, it's going to show it. Yeah. So you have searched me under Section 1 of PACE and abused your powers
Not
today.
at all.
Yes, you
You've
have.
just read it and proved I
Yes,
haven't.
you have.
You've just
Yes,
read
you
it
have.
and proved that I haven't abused my powers.
No, you
Where's
have. It says it there. None of your business with this recording. We'll see. We'll see if I'm right here or you are. And I guarantee my solicitor ties you up in knots.
That's no problem.
Guaranteed.
You're well in your right to do it.
Guaranteed.
One line from the female officer dismantles the entire justification. Can you think of the wrong way around? No, I can't. That is an admission that the knife arch was voluntary and avoidable. If officers themselves offer an alternative route, they cannot then treat choosing that route as suspicious. You cannot grant permission and then criminalize the exact behavior you allowed. That contradiction exposes the abuse of power clearly. Suspicion must exist independently of police instruction. It cannot be manufactured after someone lawfully accepts an option provided. Once an officer confirms walking around is acceptable, any later claim that avoidance raised suspicion collapses. At that point, detention and search are not based on behavior. They are based on wounded authority.
Just literally showed you that you got no right to do it there without reasonable suspicion.
You showed him, and he's proved.
No, he ain't shown me nothing. He ain't showed me nothing. He just told me what he thinks.
Okay.
No, I told you what it
I've
said
just
there.
told you. No, I've just told you. I've just read it out to you. So
Yeah,
don't make
you've read it
out.
out,
I've just
you've
read it out
proved
to
me
you.
right, that's what I'm
No,
saying.
I haven't. No, I haven't.
We can argue
You can
all day,
agree to
mate,
disagree,
so
can't you? At
there's
the
no
end of the
point.
day, you take it to your solicitor, and that's it, isn't it? We don't need to go round and round this same circle.
Make sure you're not touching nobody else's today or anybody else's.
I'm going to stand here. Can I ask? We're all in a public place. If you keep your voice down, don't get shouted.
What?
Because we're all in
Is there a law about how loud I speak?
Public order.
What about how loud I speak?
Just keep calm for me. I'll happily chat with you as long as you stay calm.
Go on. You wanna mess up again and go and arrest me for a public order?
As long as we're not shouting,
Where's your
we'll all stay
complainant?
calm.
Has someone come up and complained about my conduct?
We'll be fine.
Has anyone come up to you and complained about my conduct? Have you got a complainant? Didn't think so.
Bear does not need to explain himself. The situation speaks for itself. A stop based on walking around a knife arch handcuffs justified by tone. A search authorized by a sergeant that finds nothing. Forces do not defend that, they contain it. This is the kind of encounter that does not end with an apology on the street. It ends weeks later, with solicitors involved and compensation paid. Looking back, the failure is obvious. Officers attempted to control movement on a public footpath, offered an alternative route, then punished Bear for taking it. When that failed, they escalated, cuffs for aggression, a search justified by avoidance, and a sergeant who did not intervene. Every step was reactive, not to risk, not to intelligence, but to noncompliance. The empty search was not unfortunate. It confirmed that nothing about this interaction was evidence-based. Linking it back to knife crime exposes the hollowness of this approach. Standing in public spaces with metal detectors and pressuring lawful citizens does not reduce violence. It creates a false sense of action while missing those who actually carry knives. Real prevention is targeted, specific, and intelligence-led, not built on turning everyday movement into a test of obedience. If forces want safer communities, they must stop confusing visibility with effectiveness, because this kind of policing erodes trust without reducing harm. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me continue independent coverage. Also, check out Bear Britain Audit. His channel is linked in the description. Show him some support. Thanks for watching. This was Candid Cops UK, and I'll see you in the next episode.